was a really great year for me. I was working as a writer for the American Cancer Society, and we would volunteer for the cancer patients after work sometimes. And I was doing a lot of yoga, so I felt like I had balance, I had work-life balance, I felt fulfilled. Life was good. Don't mess up a good thing. So towards the end of 2016, I got a call from an old boss who said, hey, I need someone as good on the keyboard as they are on the camera, and I think this job is perfect for you. And I was like, okay, I'm all ears. I like to keep things open. So I went in for an interview, and they dangled a $25,000 a year raise and a senior title in my face, and so I took it. So we're at the end of, or the very beginning of 2017, and we've hired 3 creatives total to take over 7 brands on the world's largest enterprise, whose office is here in Atlanta, whose name I legally can't say, but I'll let you guess. And then come January, all those brands kicked off at the same time, and we hit the ground running. Come March, the 60 to 80 hour weeks are starting to wear on us. My project manager's skin has broken out in a rash. My partner is like, his hair's all crazy and he's shot out. And I started having panic attacks. March 10th, my grandmother died. So I had to drop everything and go be with my family. So I took my week of bereavement and tried to squeeze in some rest, and picked myself up and just wrote it off as life just kicked you in the pants. You gotta get up and keep on moving. Fast forward again till July. I decided to buy a house. Double duty still at work. I fall again. This time is worse than the first time. I ended up in urgent care twice in 1 week, once for a panic attack. Second time was from dehydration because I had such bad irritable bowel syndrome that there was no way that I could drink enough water to stay hydrated. So a couple weeks later, my boss pulls me aside and he says, where you been? I haven't seen you around much. What's going on? I'm like, yeah, duh, you see my time cards. And I couldn't really talk back, so I just said, well, I've been really sick. He said, I don't give a shit what the reason is. I need you here. And that was the truth. That was the damn truth. And the consequence was my health. So I went home that night, and I thought about all the ways that my life had changed in less than a year. I went from being fulfilled and really feeling happy to having panic attacks and hair falling out and, more stress than I've ever dealt with in my life, all for a senior title and a chunk of change. So the next morning I woke up and I was like, I'm not gonna let this guy get me. So I called HR and I asked them what my options were, and I filed a short-term disability claim. I didn't go to work for 4 months, and I got paid 100% of my salary. And in those 4 months, it was towards the end of 2017 at this point, people weren't really hiring. I wasn't well enough to start a new role. So I was hunkered down in my brand new house like a prisoner with my puppy dog. Didn't leave. I watched Netflix. And when I say I watched Netflix, I watched all of Netflix. And then come January, doomsday is upon me, and I have to go back to this office after feeling this dread and this fear of being chewed up and spit out. And when I go back, am I just going to get fired and thrown to the side? And that was a really scary day. I remember walking back into that office just feeling like I had chains and weights on me. I made it through 2 days at work, and I got the flu. Which I had to file another short-term disability form for because I was out for 2 weeks. In that time, I landed an interview, which I had to reschedule because I had the flu, which I thought I ruined that interview because I had to reschedule. And towards the tail end of me getting better, man, I pulled it together. It took every bit of energy I had to get ready, to get there, to put on my face. And I left the interview, I felt good about it, and before I got home, I got a phone call that I got the job. I was like, yes. Yes! So I go back into work again on a Monday, first day back, kind of, and I walk into my boss's office. And I said, hey, so I accepted another role. I got to give you my 2 weeks. And he was like, well, okay, are you on any projects right now? I was like, no, I haven't been on a project in months. He's like, you can go ahead and go. I was like, cool, see ya. So that was Monday. On Thursday, same week, my phone starts blowing up. Getting all these text messages and phone calls from coworkers. Hey, did you get laid off? Or did you hear about the layoffs? There's a big layoff. Layoff. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, no matter which way this cookie crumbled, the universe had me out of there the same week. Like, it was time to go. So what I can leave you with is that when you're dealing with a boss hole, like I was, don't let them ruin your life. You hold your own power. Your power is yours. And if you can't get in their face and tell them what time it is, figure out a way around it and take care of yourself, because they don't care about you. And the only person who can care about you is you.